Hello everyone. Have you ever walked through a garden after the rain and suddenly heard a loud croaking sound? That's the voice of frogs, tiny amphibians with an extraordinary story to tell. Frogs belong to class Amphibia, phylum Chordata, and they have this incredible ability to live both on land and in freshwater. The most common species in India is Rana tigrina, also known as the Indian bullfrog. Here's something fascinating. Frogs are cold-blooded or poikilothermic. That means their body temperature changes with the environment, unlike ours, which stays stable. Notice how a frog sitting in grass can suddenly vanish from sight? That's camouflage. They can change color to blend with surroundings, a life-saving adaptation known as mimicry. And when conditions get harsh, scorching summers or freezing winters, frogs retreat into burrows. They undergo summer sleep called aestivation or winter sleep called hibernation, waiting safely until the climate is favorable again. Isn't that remarkable survival behavior?
Now let's look at how a frog's body is built. If you ever touched one, you'd notice its skin feels slimy and smooth. That's because it's covered in mucus and kept moist, which also helps the frog breathe through its skin, a process called cutaneous respiration. On the back or dorsal side, frogs are usually olive green with dark patches, while the belly or ventral side is pale yellow. This color contrast is perfect for camouflage. Their body is divided into head and trunk, with no neck or tail. On the head, we see bulging eyes protected by a transparent nictitating membrane, external nostrils for breathing, and a tympanum, their external eardrum. Look at their limbs. The front ones are small with 4 digits, while the hind limbs are strong and muscular with 5 webbed digits. These adaptations make frogs excellent swimmers, jumpers, and even burrowers. Did you know male and female frogs don't look exactly the same? This is called sexual dimorphism. Male frogs have special sound-producing vocal sacs on their throats, which help them croak loudly to attract females during mating season. They also have a copulatory pad, a thickened pad on the first digit of their phylums, used to hold on to the female during reproduction. Females are generally larger, but they lack vocal sacs and copulatory pads. So, the next time you hear a chorus of croaking after the rain, remember, it's the males calling out in a grand biological orchestra. Let's peek inside now. The frog's digestive system is perfectly adapted for its carnivorous diet. Food enters through the mouth, passes into the buccal cavity, then through the pharynx into the esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum, and finally exits at the cloaca. Two major digestive glands, liver and pancreas, play essential roles. The liver secretes bile stored in the gallbladder, while the pancreas produces enzymes to break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Here's something fun. The frog catches prey with its bilobed, sticky tongue, flipping it out quickly to snatch insects. Digestion begins in the stomach, where hydrochloric acid and gastric juices act on food, and continues in the intestine, where villi and microvilli absorb nutrients. The cloaca serves as a common exit for digestive, excretory, and reproductive systems, a neat biological multitasking adaptation. Breathing in frogs is truly fascinating because they use more than one method. In water, oxygen is absorbed directly through their moist skin by diffusion. This is called cutaneous respiration. On land, frogs use pulmonary respiration. Air enters the nostrils, fills the buccal cavity, and then moves into the lungs, which are simple sac-like organs. They also use buccopharyngeal respiration, where oxygen diffuses across the moist lining of the mouth cavity. During aestivation or hibernation, when frogs are buried underground, their skin becomes the primary organ of respiration. Isn't it amazing how adaptable their respiratory strategies are? Now, How does the frog transport nutrients and remove wastes? The frog has a closed circulatory system with a 3-chambered heart, 2 atria and 1 ventricle. Blood enters through a structure called sinus venosus and leaves through conus arteriosus. This ensures circulation across lungs, skin, and the body. Unlike humans, frog red blood cells are nucleated, and their blood also contains white blood cells and platelets. The lymphatic system adds another layer of fluid circulation. For excretion, frogs use a pair of compact kidneys located near the vertebral column. They filter waste, and the ureters carry it to the urinary bladder before it exits via the cloaca. Frogs excrete urea, making them ureotelic animals. This process maintains internal balance, or homeostasis. Coordination in frogs is achieved through both nerves and hormones. Their nervous system has 3 divisions: central, brain and spinal cord, peripheral, cranial and spinal nerves, and autonomic, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The frog brain is small but highly organized. Forebrain for smell and intelligence, midbrain for vision, and hindbrain for balance and involuntary actions. Endocrine glands like thyroid, pituitary, and adrenals regulate growth, metabolism, and reproduction through hormones. Their sense organs are equally fascinating. Frogs have well-developed eyes with a nictitating membrane, a tympanum connected to internal ears for hearing and balance, taste buds for food detection, and nasal epithelium for smell. Every croak, jump, or swim is guided by these integrated systems. Now let's explore one of the most exciting aspects, frog reproduction. Male frogs have paired testes connected to the kidneys through vasa efferentia, which join the urinogenital ducts and open into the cloaca. Females have paired ovaries and oviducts that also open separately into the cloaca. During breeding season, males grasp females using their copulatory pads in a position called amplexus. Fertilization is external. It occurs in water. The female lays about 2,500 to 3,000 eggs at a time. These hatch into free-swimming larvae called tadpoles. Through a dramatic process called metamorphosis, tadpoles grow legs, absorb their tails, and transform into adult frogs. This life cycle not only ensures species survival, but also plays a vital role in ecosystems by linking aquatic and terrestrial habitats.
Let's recap the fascinating journey of frogs. We saw how these amphibians live both in water and on land, using mimicry, hibernation, and aestivation to survive. Their moist skin, webbed feet, and unique morphology support locomotion and respiration. We explored their systems: digestive, respiratory, circulatory, excretory, nervous, sensory, and reproductive, each adapted to amphibian life. We discovered how their life cycle with tadpole metamorphosis connects aquatic and terrestrial worlds. Frogs are more than just croaking creatures. They control insect populations, maintain food chains, and act as ecological indicators. So, the next time you hear frogs singing after rain, remember, you're listening to a chorus of evolution, adaptation, and survival. Biology truly is the science of life in all its wonders. Until our next adventure, keep observing the living world around you. You'll be amazed at what you discover.